really record the writing. TV. Oh, TV. I was gonna say speaker's not working. Speaker system are broken. My hand's still numb. Oh, that hurt my hand. That's cold. That's my head. It's quite tiny, mate. Feel free to pause it. That's not nasty, that's disgusting. Well, that's what they did back in the day or something. Hang on. Ow. Trying to avoid the kid. Old brickwork's pretty cool. How about, yeah, I already did this bit. So here's the way. Before it comes into the tiny television section, I'm hopefully thinking it's on. If not, I'm gonna try and do something that I'm talking about the video earlier before. I'm trying to hold it still. See, they always do the classics. I'm sorry. After this place is haunted. I'm going to show you the other one as well. Don't know if it did that. Nope. I know it's a lot warmer in here. Three, two. Hang on. That did not turn out than I thought it would in my head. Not at all. That did not turn out than I thought. Is this speaker system going to work? Hello. I don't know who he is. Is this one going to work?
In 1647, plague struck Newcastle. Here is an account about Ambrose Barnes, a merchant of the town, who was one of the lucky few.
Yeah, I heard about this. Also, that's one of the rumours I've heard. The hoppings in the town were haunted. There's the speaker there. That speaker system works. feel free to read the writing. I'm going to go into that section there. What's the light doing that? I'm going to try and get my best shot of it here. Not great. Is that? Oh no, that's that. What the heck? Those guys just walked.
Or do I have to come down there myself and creep along the quay?
Replay. What's in here? That's not according to plan. Hang on. Oh, I did not realize you have to open it up. Aye.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
It's dead?
I don't know why. It looks like a lump of coal. Oh, it is coal. Look at it. Look at that one. There's a bit of coal. What is that? I don't know. I don't know. Ooh. That sounds like it's gonna. That sounds like it's gonna break. Yeah. Keep doing too quickly. Sorry. Whoa, that was weird. Toast and sandwich. Sandwich was Earl sandwich. Fun fact to know. Oh, that's what happens when you break the environment. It's a definitely needs a new flooring or something in here. What is this thing? Is it printed? No, what? I don't know. Who's this person? Some old lady. Don't know who. Don't know who. All these people I've never heard of. I was going to market where the redheads was, but that's what it used to be. Somewhere down through there, down that way, and it's on the corner. Another great part of London. That's what I was showing. Have I done the front part of the other side? Yeah, I have. What is that one? Yeah, that was the it's now the Victorian. Interesting. The great British snack. There's your picture. Oops. Sorry. Was that those people? I don't know what that was. Those floors are so old. A lot of noise is coming from down there. Don't know what else. Could be something. There's a piano. No, I tell you, that's the wrong. No. All these paper things or something might get soaked. So, no. But I know there's some stuff in here might get soaked. An old thing. That is the same chair what I used to have in my house, but it got broke. What? And thingy. There's more pictures. That. What were you saying? Sorry. Those.
From my granny.
Huh?
I don't know why we got it, but
I don't know. Don't ask me, because I don't know who. Oh, this is the back end of it. We're going to get busy. Hello! That was weird.
let this person take their picture.
It's fine.
然后煤矿产业国有化，然后
Alright, let me try this again. Feel free to pause it.
sorry。那你想想到哪儿你看见这事儿，1988年。
Well, here's some old pictures. What Newcastle looks like. I know my Gran has that. Hers was a handle though, but this has not got a handle. What's through here? Oh. I did. Oh, I look so dumb. Hello. What is through here, to be honest? God, run. God. Yeah, I don't know if that's a Theatre Royal or not. They used to have trams running. This is in where John Lewis is.
Have a look at that one.
I'm a little girl.
Yep. The Civic Centre.
这就是刚才咱走的那条街，咱从这儿进到走的。
There's what the pictures of the trams, what it's
二战时期这个
in the video.
这不是投资，这
There's the glass house or the sage.
战地舰上的那个。
That's what it used to be like
这么大的那种。
before it was utility. That's NX. This is now city stupid student accommodation.
这个地方现在是
Got rid of it. An old fashioned TV. What's with this one? It's like a wardrobe. Look at that, that's cool. There's some pictures I can see. There's some dolls, that's cool.
Sorry.
Some hard. What year are we going into? This is past 100 years ago now. Ah, this is what it is. Interesting. It's like all the hard-headed doll things that is quite old now. 1914. What's this? I don't know who Lily is. How's it works? Interesting. That's interesting. What? Oh, if you, No, I don't know. What's this one? I don't know. I don't know Wall's End. There's some more stuff in here. Is that Central Station or what? Elzik. Sorry for squeaky noises. That sounds like it's always in WD-40. Oh, that's what this thing is here. I think, yeah, but it's missing up the handles, you can see. That was the worst camera angle yet. Some other washing up stuff. What's in this one? Daisy. 1919. This is the worst. That was the worst. But that's what my sneeze always sound like. Let's keep finding these people's names. 1926. Now, this is 100 years ago now. What it's like to be. This thing would be now 100 years old, but don't know when. This year, as it says, welcome to 1926. 1926 to 1939. I don't know what that... Feel the box. Oh. It's a tire. People keep missing out on all of this. That looks like a hidden Mickey or a scared face. Is this gonna be someone's name? Yep. Oh my. Is that, so it's a, I don't know, that's weird. Just typed it. Yeah, because people just always walk past it, so they don't realise what's in there. Let's see if my mum's gonna do the same thing. There she goes again. See, people always miss out. Something. Or just walked up to the fire exit. When was the time bridge open again? When was the time bridge opened again? Or was it not? No, that was here. October 1929. Right, October 1929. The 26th, I believe. Yeah. Somewhere where the person is the Palace of Art. Oh, is it the end? Is it the map for it? That's cool. Yeah, that's the Palace of Art here. Someone there is the original bandstand. One of the main entrances is now the road. Central motorway. Oh, that's All Saints, so it's going in that direction. At the moment, it's just getting some... That's still there. grade listed 2. The fire station is, but now it's I think it's a hotel or cafe now. Ooh, Octo. Who loves Octo? Oh, I've heard about that. It's off towards the back behind him somewhere with an actual wooden coaster. What the heck? Why does this character look like Porky Pig? But it's not him. I don't think that's what Porky Pig is. Walker.
William, just wait for
1940 now. When this guy was around Crystal Palace, it was in London. And that pretty in good condition radio. Like I'm saying, feel free to pause the video at any time. What is that? Hello! That's the worst. That was the worst. Feels like I'm walking on another level. My nose is always itchy. And is Tiny T's going to be on or is it not? Yeah, some movies. No, it's not, unfortunate. It's not Tiny T's, I tell you that now. I'll show you the actual footage right now.
Television went on air in black and January 1959. The equipment looks quaint now, but it was bang up to date. Light entertainment was the speciality, and the first show broadcast that evening. Show. But Tiny T's wasn't all song and dance. Change was afoot. Old housing being demolished, new tower blocks being built. Exciting times as Tiny T's showed people their world changing around them. The man in charge of Newcastle Council at the time was later to become infamous as T. Dan Smith. Even in the first years, crews were showing just what they could do with their new cars and cameras. Things like the closure of the Riverside Railway route in Newcastle under the beaching axe. Tiny T's went into the driver's cab, capturing pictures of Tyneside we'd never seen before. They also caught other grim signs of what was to come, like the end of Short Brothers Shipyard. But at the same time, they created a unique historical record of a region in flux. And it wasn't all bad news. 1967, and the chain bridge across the Tyne at Scotswood was replaced by a new bridge, opened, as was proper, by a man of a land.
And now declare the history is
Now, Tiny T's was really getting into its stride, and then, as now, the cameras turned up for royal visitors. Here, again in 1967, it's the Queen as she comes to open Billingham Forum, an And without time tees, we'd never have known that the button didn't work and some chaps had to come in and unveil the statue by hand. Without time tees, we wouldn't have a record of one very significant event in British football. Time tees has always known how important football is in the North East. Here we see the Brian Clough injury that ended his days as a player.
At first sight, it didn't look too serious, and the Holloway crowd felt that Clough, who obviously hadn't broken his leg, would be back again within a few games. But this incident was to see the end of a football legend, and the man rated by the shrewdest soccer judges as England's greatest centre-forward was never to play again.
When you don't want to cross the river, there are plenty of pleasant riverside walks where you can keep your feet dry, even if your head gets in a swim.
Without time tees, we'd never have seen one of the best-known faces in television. Can you tell who it is yet? He became a bit less posh later on and gave up smoking tabs in front of the camera. Good-looking lad, though. Yes, of course, it's Mark Neville. Time tees, still not 10 years old, didn't just do documentaries in the North East. Here, they were off to Sweden to look at shipbuilding over there. The programme was called Big Deal in Gothenburg, and it won Time Tees its first ever Emmy Award.
British shipbuilders are easily needled by comparisons with Avondale. Not surprisingly, perhaps. A centuries-old tradition of master shipbuilding has not inclined us to get overboard for clever foreign techniques. The Japanese have cheaper labour and cheaper steel. The Swedes don't have strikes, don't kill passenger ships. But as Britain stands and complains, her orders are being towed away in the night by Sweden or by anyone who delivers on time at the right price.
On to 1968, the first drama documentary and Time Teasers' first in colour. The Work of Giants was about Hadrian's Wall. It featured fearsome, disciplined Romans and hapless and hairy barbarians who inevitably lost. By the end of the 60s, Time Tees had a flourishing religious affairs department which produced a nightly epilogue, and in 1968, an outside broadcast from Newcastle City Hall with local choirs and a young chap who became quite well known, Cliff, somebody or other. By contrast, an outside broadcast from Stockton's Fiesta with Norman Vaughan.
Aren't they lovely? They really are lovely, John. Let's have another look at those lovely girls.
It's the 1968 Miss Time Tees competition, a perfectly normal part of broadcasting for Time Tees as the 60s drew to a close. For anybody in Sunderland, the defining moment of the 1970s was the FA Cup win for their team in 1973, and Time Tees gave it full coverage.
What were your feelings at the end of the match today?
Just like I felt in 1937 when they won the cup.
What have you got to say to the people who said Sunderland didn't have a chance?
In 1974, work started on one of the biggest civil engineering projects ever undertaken, the creation of the Kielder Reservoir. But creation meant destruction for the people whose homes would disappear under the water. The project was enormous, designed to supply water to the industry at Teesside. In 1976, and Time Tees was on hand for another big project, the creation of the Tyne and Wear Metro, an cameras caught the first models, the work on miles of tunnels, and the first test runs of the new trains, although at the time they were called trams. For me though, 1976 will be remembered for one of the hottest summers ever. On the beaches, thousands enjoyed a Mediterranean climate without leaving home. But Time Tease was also there to record the more worrying effects of the heat wave, like the drying out of Derwent Reservoir. On to 1977. It was Silver Jubilee year, and the Queen came to the Northeast. Time Tease marked the moment with a huge outside broadcast, advances in technology meaning that things were possible now that couldn't have been dreamed of a few years before. Time Tease cameras actually joined the Royal Motorcade. The three-day visit led to a special late-night programme called The Northeast Greets Its Queen, which featured shots from Her Majesty's visits to Durham and Teesside as well. In May of the same year, the experience gained on the Queen's Jubilee was used for the production of what turned out to be one of the biggest ever outside broadcasts attempted by Time Tease as President Carter came to the Northeast. We seem to go collectively balmy about this man, especially when he said,
"Away the lads! I'm very grateful to be joining now, and I'm deeply grateful at the tremendous welcome that you've extended to me and to the other visitors who come here from the United States."
Royal and presidential visits didn't make the Northeast immune from the industrial unrest that caused problems for everyone. Time Tease showed the rubbish piling up in the streets, the strike by firemen, which led to the army being brought in to fight fires with their green goddesses, and the school children, who didn't seem upset in the least when their schools were closed. It was a different matter, though, for their parents.
It's absolutely awful that children at this age should even know about strikes and be affected.
What do you think about the school closing?
I think
The 70s was an explosion of programme making at Time Tease, with the City Road studios and the hundreds of people who worked there producing an amazing list of children's programmes with some faces who went on to great things, music programmes for young people and adults, and of course the big stars that the Northeast had developed in a remarkable decade, including and especially Lindisfarne.
When you're near me, I get a warm feeling. When you're holding me, I feel the love rushes hanging round me. Even when you're gone, even when you're gone, honey, when you're gone.
The end of the day for concert workers and the end of their jobs for the apprentices whose contracts terminated today. A few have been transferred to jobs in other British steel plants. The others will join the dole queue.
The closure of the Concert Steelworks in County Durham was perhaps the biggest industrial news story of the 80s, and Time Tease news crews covered all the developments, including, as we've just heard from Sheila Matheson, apprentices being put out of work after 4 years training. It was the big industrial story, but far from the only one. There was 20% unemployment, which meant hardship for many. So when the Prime Minister came to see success stories in the local industry, Time Tease reporter Stewart McNeil asked about the unemployed and got one of the sound bites of the decade.
Why don't you, instead of asking big questions, oh, are they going to get any more? Oh, there are a lot of unemployed. Why don't you say, look, 80% are in work. yes, we have to try to get work for 20% off, and some of the work that is being done is fantastically successful. Don't you think that's the way to persuade more companies to come to this region and get more jobs as I want them for the people who are unemployed, not always standing there as moaning ninnies? Now stop it.
600 pickets waited at Ellington, Northumberland's big profit-making pit. Their aim to stop a coach carrying 15 members of another coal union, NACONS, who carry out safety work. When the coach swept through, the worst violence yet followed.
Communities were rocked to the core by the miners' strike, and Time Tees covered the action on the front line of inter-union friction, which led to many arrests. Even the good news was upsetting a lot of preconceptions, as a Japanese company, Nissa, came to Wearside to set up a car factory. Possibly the first time a Time Tees news crew had been to a news conference hosted by somebody from the Far East. But it meant hundreds of jobs in a region where, as we've seen, they were desperately needed. 1983, and a new bridge opened by a princess. The old Redcliffe Bridge had been replaced by a new concrete structure.
I feel sure that the new bridge will strengthen the links between the north and the south sides of the River Tyne, and its additional strength will assist in the movement of the heavy industrial products traditionally associated with the banks of the Tyne. I now have great pleasure in declaring the new Redcliffe Bridge open.
And after the opening, the royal walkabout for the woman who became known as the People's Princess.
The door is always too small, there's no ramps and too many stairs. This is great. What do you like about it?
Everything. Open spaces, clean, bright.
Do you think you'll come back again?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Are you quite proud of it then? Oh, yes.
Every woman, every man, join the caravan of love.
Not really a caravan, but a fleet. The fleet of tall ships that came to the Tyne in 1986. Hundreds of thousands of people came to see the ships and their crews, and thousands more lined the banks of the Tyne to wave goodbye when they sailed away again on the 19th of June. And there were the dramas. Here's a captain's tale of the West Auckland football team that won the first World Cup. Spot the famous faces. The Time Tees seem to be almost everywhere, again using the latest advances in equipment for studios and for outside broadcasts. The programme making in the studios continued with all sorts of programmes for children and grown-ups, broadcast to the whole country. And of course, the only superhero pensioner ever filmed in Tynemouth. The 1990s, and if there was one thing Time Tees knew how to do by now, it was covering the big events. The Gateshead Garden Festival had a royal opening on a site reclaimed in old industrial land and transformed into a sort of horticultural come entertainment fantasy world. boats on the river, boats on land, and acres of plants. The 90s cameras caught all that, and some familiar faces, as well as things so frankly bizarre as to defy description or explanation. News can be dangerous though.
The first flames and smoke which rose just as darkness fell on the west end of Newcastle marked the start of a night of arson and rioting. Crowds of youths gathered on the city's Elsick Road, throwing rocks and stones as a fierce fire took hold of a derelict pub nearby, and the blaze engulfed a van overturned by the mob in the middle of the road.
Part of Malcolm Herdman's report into the riots. Sometimes you have to take risks to get the story. Tyne-Tees crews and journalists covered the violence in the west end of Newcastle and the Millennium. The damage was enormous, and in the aftermath came the realisation of the personal as well as the financial price that had to be paid.
But there was rumours they were going to throw petrol pumps and everything like that, you know. And I had to run away, you know, for the sake of my life. And when we came back about 1:30, everything was inferno, burnt. I've got nothing left. I have to start from scratch.
The 90s really was an incredibly decade for news. National stories were also local stories, as when Sedgefield MP Tony Blair led Labour into power and Tyne-Tees was there to see the reaction.
It was electrifying. It was great. Nothing was short of what I expected. I knew we would do it.
Well, I think it's great, fantastic. What we was expecting anyway, but maybe not as big a majority.
He's homely, he's friendly and he's honest, but that's what I like about him.
You can never forget football in the North East, and Tyne-Tees never has. The opening of the brand new Stadium of Light in Sunderland. Time for another royal visitor to mark a historic moment, joined by somebody mobile.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much indeed for inviting me to Singles One. It's important. It gives me great pleasure to unveil this plan.
Let's go to about 5 minutes.
The Angel of the North has been voted one of Britain's favourite bits of art. But when it was suggested and while it was being built, there was a great deal of opposition. Tyne-Tees again showed its capacity to rise to the big story with extensive coverage, special programmes and coverage of the whole project that was second to none. Built in Hartlepool, erected in Gateshead, and now a symbol for the whole Tyne-Tees area for the world. As ever though, it's not just news at Tyne-Tees, making a name for itself in providing TV services for deaf viewers, increasing sports coverage, and new series led by Tyne-Tees' unique presenters that prove big hits for years to come. All the Cookson dramas were produced from the Tyne-Tees studios, and Sunday nights wouldn't have been the same without the long-running Highway Religious series, which was a TTTV production as well. But although it was such a big hit, Harry Seacombe wasn't sure he was the right choice.
I wasn't quite sure that my cruiser connected to my raspberries was the right bloke for the job. So we decided that I'd give it a go anyway. And it's become a way of life ever since.
And finally, as they say, North East Tonight, with that nice local lad Mike Neville and the rest of the Tyne-Tees team, won a big award. Quite right too.
The winning programme was chosen for its strong journalism and pace through an hour-long programme with the added bonus of the powerful anchoring of Mike Neville. The winner is North East Tonight, with Mike Neville from Channel 3 North Eastern Top.
The Millennium, and as we waited for all our computers to crash, we partied. Here's what we caught for the festivities on the Newcastle Gateshead Quayside. The computers were safe, but months later, foot and mouth from a Northumberland farm hit the whole country, leading to some of the grimmest and most upsetting news coverage and to disaster for some farmers and people who relied on tourism for a living. Incredible sights of a nicer kind. From the Times newsroom in City Road, we could watch as this enormous crane brought the Millennium Bridge up the river. The last few years have seen several really big projects for Times to record. When the Baltic Art Gallery opened, we were there to see the first people enter on opening night.
I'm dying to get in and just see everything and see the building, see what it's like inside. Watched it from, being derelict to nothing, just to see how it's like.
I've seen this bit. I think it's going to finish very shortly, isn't it, though?
This stuff brings back. I used to love watching
More fireworks.
Oh, right, yeah.
And another big contribution to the cultural world of the region with the opening of the Middlesbrough Institute of Modern Art.
We will go straight out.
We seem to have set out to destroy the old stereotypes of what the North East is in the new century. Another big arts project, another building that's now known round the world, and Time Tees was able to show the progress of the Sage in Gateshead from start to finish.
It's not called that now.
No, it's not at the glass house. It shows how things change. I need to update this, don't I? There's going to be another 10 years to go on the end of it.
Today we finally turn off the lights for the last time in this grand old building on the banks of the Tyne at City Road.
Everything changes. Time Tees is not immune, and in 2004 we moved from City Road, where Time Tees started in 1959. You wouldn't believe how complicated it all was, but in spite of having to get used to all the new technology and the inevitable problems, Time Tees went on air from Gateshead on time as Alex Watson read the first ever bulletin from the new studios.
On zero. Hello and welcome to the new home of ITV Time Tees at Television House in Gateshead.
Do you know what? I saw that mummified cat on Coronation Street the other night.
Not too much later came the news that the man who for many people was Time Tees was hanging up his presenter's hat after so many years. The list of programmes being produced still continues. Here's a whiz through some of the more recent as we wait to see what the future will bring after 50 years of Time Tees.
There's an old building across the road from it, and one of my colleagues at the time said that's where Mike Neville started in that building. So the building apparently, I think it used to be an old hospital.
Yes, it did. Yes, I know exactly. It's really quite old. Yeah, it's quite old.
And that was the footage of it. So I'm sorry if it's going to be a little bit longer than usual this, because obviously 90 is not right. Some of the punctuation's wrong. It's definite not forward now. And the railway where the beaching act was of Point Pleasant is still existing, goes near Sedgdunham. This might make a lot of noise. Warning, loud noise ahead. Sorry. And the Caravan of Love is the one I've heard on the Absolute Power Ronnie Johnstone. Sorry. This music's funny. Here we go into the Six Ties. The death of Winston Churchill and also the death of Crystal Palace Park was he was there. What music is this? Where's that? If anyone knows where that is, comment down below. I don't know where that is. Do you know where that is? Yeah, this building's gone. I've been in there once when I was quite a young age, and it's now where the new building is, and it's so much like space. One of the devastating things of the 60s is the Gateshead Highway that was built. Is that's a weird TV. What is that? That's such a weird TV. You have to say it like, you have to say it like this. It's very weird. There's one here. I don't get that, and I'm feeling like that might be Blue Peter. I don't know any of these. Sorry for a lot of noise from these people over here. I don't know how they get full-size mannequins in here. Right here. That's near L6. It's behind here. Ooh. That is very discombobulated. I don't want to hit this open. Don't know what music that is. What's the point in that and what's the point in that? Doctor Who is this one here. Oh, 3, 2. Obviously. And then this. jumps ahead from the 60s back through the TARDIS and then comes out into the 60s. Did you not realise it was a TARDIS from Doctor Who? The flying police box. Is that the Beatles? Yeah, the Beatles. Yeah. The Who, Rolling Stones, whatever that person is, and other Beatles. One step beyond, the funniest thing I ever heard was this song on a thrill ride called Atmosphere. Bridge over troubled water, the Coming Garfunkel. That's what I was saying about it looks like the extreme symbol on the now Nathan Smiths. If I keep saying Dane Crows, I'm sorry about that, but it's... I go back this way. I think this is not the comfiest. That's definitely not the comfiest. It's the 70s. I tripped over my own feet. Yeah, that's the car park that's still here to this day. Yeah, there it is. And here's some of the other stuff. Oh. I don't know why that's so funny. Some Star Wars figurines. Pink Panther. Some other stuff. Like a Buster book thing. And you can hear one of the Beatles songs, I think it is. The famous one, but my favourite is Please Please Me. Biker. This is where it came out. Biker. Of the Wellington Key, I found out. There was a stop there. Before Point Pleasant. I have to check Wikipedia on that. Before the 1980s. Try and find the other song, if it would play. This one. Also, I forgot to show you this as well. It's an actual iron lung. It was actually from the RVI, and then that's what the RVI means. It's Royal Victoria Infirmary. So, don't know if the statue, I'm feeling, that's what I'm saying, it's 50-50. I think that was Please Please Me. I'm not too sure, but it's quite... No, it's this one. It's this one, yes, it's this one. Somewhere. I think. Yeah, I like that one. Here's the 1980. And the person referred to as trams is this one here. So that's where I'm trying to go, to the Stevenson's Museum, but it has the original one, the 4001. Yep, City of Newcastle. Sort of like, oh, it's a bit of scaffolding in here with a bit of plywood.
Police won't be gone as the claimants or free claim, is it?
Yeah, there's English dubs of anime, the original PlayStation, Ghostbusters, Cabarets, Yazz, Playing Dancing Queen by Acker. Someone did the can off. Fairy.
Oh, so we're going backwards now, we're going back inside.
Mr. Robbie from, I don't know if it's a theme park or an amusement park, but shirt was of unsafe, and then that is located somewhere in England, but I don't know if that's like, I'm going to say Yorkshire. This looks like a PG tip thing. You know, Mike, oh, no, I don't think that's what you're supposed to do to a microwave. Kellogg's Pop-Tarts.
Is it just weird time?
Scotswood. Someone said they spotted back to the 70s. It says on here. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's not those wheels I tell you, it's the one I showed you, it wasn't the market that was still there. That's the Palace of Art still there, but now they changed it. Right, try and get an image of somewhere up here of what it's like now. I don't know how best it. I didn't see this. I did not see this bit here at all. Bit of Blue Peter, Freeman Hospital. Yeah, so I did not see this here. I think I'm banging my elbow off. Oh, it is like an actual. It's like an actual rocking horse. This. Trying to get going. Oh wait, hang on. Is this like the? It's more like the Derby race head in Blackpool. Might go this year. One of my cousins lives here now. No, people from Scotland. Lots of people from Scotland. It's just this. Oh no, it's made to look. I thought it was leather, but it's wood. You can see on my mouth, but I was bound to do that. Yeah, Scotswood. And there is the Scotswood Bridge. And fun fact, Time Tees is still here. Somewhere around here, maybe, like near the it's near the Metro Centre. As now, ITV Time Tees. And I don't know. I think they probably I'm probably thinking they got rid of the 50 years to make the 60 years. Is it 60 years or is it not? Tiny T television.
Well, yes, it is now, isn't it? No.
Or is it into the 70s?
No, 60.
Is it 60 something or is it just...
It was 1959, wasn't it?
No, let me Google it. Hang on, here we go. I just noticed something. There's another one here. Like a skateboard, some shoes, other stuff. Purse on. Says rip some pants. Nice. A top, some socks. Yeah. There it is again, the Millennium Bridge. Okay, is that not, I don't know if that's still going. The other thing, oh here's the metro. That's what it's like now. Well, it's still the same thing, but the colours are different, and they're getting rid of them because of, I think it's old age, since 1980. 40 something old for the metro. And it's gonna be 67 as the 15th of this year. Oh yeah, here's a new one, but there's no picture of the old one, unfortunately. And then that's the new Q3, the Tyne Bridge. Yeah. Unfortunately, this just damaged Jesmond Station. How glamorous. Not. And here's the Turbinia. Let me check. I'm not really sure. I actually might not edit if there is a more modern Newcastle thing. Newcastle Airport. No, Van than that. Yeah, that's what he used to look like. Hang on. I do a side-by-side edit. Yeah. Oh, I thought there was oh, can you get it out of the way? This is never gonna get... This is not gonna be the best of edits yet. No, I don't think... No, just... do it from here and fade out.